Hi, my name is Vishav, and today I will be showing you how whisperData, an app which turns plain language into powerful data transformations, works. So this is the main homepage, and it's quite minimalistic for now, but basically how this works is first we select a file that we want to edit, a CSV file, and I'll select this customers -100, which contains 100 rows of customer data, and then I click upload, and here we see the preview of the first 20 rows. And then I would type a command, so in this case, I want to only see the phone 1 and phone 2 columns alongside the first and last name columns, and I'll click transform data. And now we wait. And it takes about 30 to 45 seconds. And I do want to note that this is just a prototype. So it may be inaccurate in some cases, but I'll definitely be coming out with a version 2 that's much more accurate. And so about 45 seconds later, here we can see that the AI actually transformed the data into just the first name, last name, phone 1, and phone 2, according to the command that we entered. And we even have the option to download the CSV file in case we want to just have just these columns. So on the right side, we can see the AI explanation text box. So for example, if there was a salaries dataset and we asked the AI what's the average salary of all the employees in that dataset, then the AI would provide that explanation right here, how it calculated the salaries and what the final average salary result is. Now, let's take a look at how this works. Firstly, the CSV file the user inputted is sent to Anthropic's AI alongside the command the user inputted. Then, the AI transforms the CSV file's headers and rows according to the command which the user inputted and sends those edited headers and rows back to our API for it to be displayed on our website. Let's take a very quick look underneath the hood at the code powering this app. Let's start off with the Python backend. We have used FastAPI to handle the appropriate function based on the URL parameter request made by the user. This API is classified as a RESTful API. So here is the actual AI API key that we use, which is from Anthropic. And there's three main functions. The first function is the upload-CSV function, which it takes the user CSV file and it converts those into rows and headers and displays the first 20 rows on the website. The second function is actually the transform data function, which when the user clicks transform data, the website calls the AI. And here's the AI function right here. So the AI is given these instructions. First, it determines whether the user's command was a question or a data transformation. So if it's a question, we return the original data unchanged, right? We don't need to change the data at all. But if it's a transformation, like we showed you in the example, then we apply the appropriate transformation and then return that data and the first 20 rows to be previewed for the user before we allow them to download the entire data set. So here's the download-CSV function, and this specifically allows the user to download the all 100 rows of the data set once they're satisfied with what the first 20 rows preview shows. The second technology used was the actual Anthropic AI API, and the useful aspect of using AI is the ability for the user to transform the data using natural language instead of very concise SQL-like commands. The third technology used is the JavaScript, which renders the preview of the data on the same page instead of redirecting to a new page every time a data transformation takes place. This allows for a complete single-page application experience, which enhances the user experience. Again, in the JavaScript file, there's three main functions. The first is to display the data originally when the user uploads the CSV file. And the next function is actually when the data transformation takes place and we get the data back from the AI. It then displays the transformed data. And the third and final function is the download button function, which allows the user to download the transformed data file. And the final technology used was the HTML and CSS, which represents the structure of the website. Looking at the HTML, we can see it's quite simple. It has the basic elements present: the whisperData H2 header, the upload your CSV file below, and a form to upload the CSV file. And so this app, I mainly focused on backend processes, and enhancing the front-end design is something that I will focus on in the future. So you can actually try my web app yourself. So if you just go on the website, whisperData-ai.onrender.com, you can try this out yourself, and it may take some time to launch, but it's all there. Thank you very much for checking out my web app and sticking around for this long.